From inside areas torched by these wildfires, and Natasha Chen and her crew captured this video leaving their location in Santa Monica. She says it was, quote, the most terrifying exit that we've made from any assignment in a long time. CNN's Natasha Chen joins me now by phone. And Natasha, I know this was a terrifying exit from the fire for you and the crew. You are safe now, but walk us through what happened exactly.
Yes, so we were assigned to cover the Palisades fire, and we were there from about noon until about just after 6 p.m. local time when we had finished our last live shot. And I guess what we hadn't quite surmised was exactly how bad it had gotten south of us on Pacific Coast Highway. And that's the way we came in to get to our spot to cover the fire. And we knew that we had heard reports that the flame jumped the highway, but I guess we had not seen with our own eyes just exactly what that meant and what that looked like for us getting out of there. So at the end of the night, you know, we pulled up to a fire truck and kind of waved at a firefighter and said, "Hey, where do you think is the best way for us to leave, to get out of here?" He kind of shook his head at us and said, "Well, I guess you go south." And so that's what we did. Pretty quickly realizing that there were flames on both sides of the highway. There were embers flying over the lanes of the highway. I spotted an emergency vehicle and decided our best bet is to just follow that car, to follow right behind him as closely as possible. If he's driving, then he's probably knowing the best way out. So as we're driving behind this emergency vehicle, I'm hearing an explosion on my right. There are houses on fire right up against the road on the left. And as I mentioned, embers flying. And so at this point, Rosemary, I'm just holding my breath. And I can feel the heat from inside the car, just watching the embers fly across the windshield. So not ideal. In that kind of you know, we get put on a lot of risky assignments, and in this situation, we had to make a calculated risk for the best way to leave. And I think, you know, thankfully we got out of there, and we got a real look at just the level of destruction and really the fear that a lot of those residents might be feeling if they're looking at those images on the news. If they've evacuated, I can't imagine. They're wondering if their house is the next one on fire, if they have anything to go home to.
And Natasha, just incredible that you got out of this, and thankfully there was that emergency vehicle to follow.